milling down the Humboldt Ave. Got an image of them milling it all down. Quick walk across the street and see what we see on the other side. Just in time for the cold months coming up. Monkey Park, yeah. Doing good, good. How you doing? All right. You know me. I'm everywhere. So they're milling down the roadway, Humboldt Ave. I think they're gonna stop right at that corner, Humboldt and Martin Luther King. But I just want to give you guys an image. Little tree branch on there. Quick walk up the other end and see what they got going on up there. So eventually they're going to do the entire street. One of the smaller millers that go around like the little tight corners and stuff like that. See what they got going on at this corner up here. Just want to show you a little bit what's going on, you know. Big operation, you know. Get some piles of asphalt right there. else they got going on up there? This intersection is gonna be a pretty tough intersection. Got the street cleaner over there. He's probably gonna stand by and clean up all the loose stuff. The light's red and he's still going. You gotta be careful, like, you know, the roads are wet. He's got the easiest job right there. Just sit and wait. Looks like they're only taking off like maybe 2.5 inches right there. It's not a whole lot. Very thin layer. Got the tow trucks up there. I guess they're towing cars that are not complying with the signs. Looks like they're about to hook up a car now. Might get an image of that. Well, maybe not. Oh, it looks like maybe they are.
0743.
He's right on the cut.
Fox 980 Oceanora, good morning.
See how she has a high visible vest on crossing the street? I did a video earlier of no one having a high visible vest on, directing traffic. He's right on the actual sign is right there saying I think it's up to that cone right there. There's a cone that's right there. You gotta pay attention to the signs. You know, the signs do mean something.
201 Oceanora, code 1, waiting on a partner. Charlie 411, Charlie Robert, Ocean Frank, have a great day.
See, the tough thing, he's coming out of a one-way street, so he The light's only going to be in his favor when they get the red light, when they get the walk sign. All right, so that's one unhappy customer. There might be somebody that work in the school too. Probably a teacher. Usually it's the teacher that comes out and find out their car's gone during lunchtime or something. Maybe interesting. Good morning, morning. So you guys are crossing guards, correct?
Yeah.
So over at Latin Academy, do they have crossing guards over there?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Get one soon.
So they got guys that don't wear no high visible vests. They run out on the street with black clothes on with a stop sign and stop traffic. I told a guy a couple of weeks ago, right here, this school right here, Boston Latin Academy.
Is he a crossing guard?
He's not a crossing guard.
Oh,
He's a school official. But I told him, if you're going to come stop traffic, you're going to have a high visible vest on because that's part of the standards.
Well, the thing about the crossing guard is, for one, they don't pay enough for people to sign on.
That's across the board. That's everywhere. Right. Well, it's hard to get people to work everywhere. Right. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Nobody's motivated to work.
We don't have enough crossing guards. Like it ain't enough police officers. It ain't enough fire.
Not nothing. Nothing. You're right. You be safe out there. Take care. But you're right though. They need to train these young people to be more proactive. A lot of young people don't want to work. I tried to train a 22-year-old how to sand and paint a wall. And he couldn't figure it out. I don't know. It is a dangerous job. You're correct. Because the cars won't stop for you. You got to make sure that they stop. Oh yeah, it's true. They deal with it. They're almost close to the meter maids. The meter maids have to deal with it worse, but it's very, very close. It's amazing what machinery can. What's up, man? What's happening?
Humboldt was bad,
Humboldt's been bad for years. Humboldt in Blue Hill's been messed up for like, I don't know. He said about time. It's much needed. They've been patching for several years. They never really did a full mill job like this one. This one is much needed. The only problem that we have is a couple of weeks after they do it, you have Boston Water and Sewer or National Grid come up and do emergency repair, and they never quite patch it like the original. So no one's making sure that they fix it properly. Like they may not put the proper, thickness. They might not compact it properly. And it always ends up becoming a problem later on. From what I understand, any roadway like this, it has to be a minimum of 6 inches thick of asphalt. Any roadway like this, like a city roadway, should be 6 inches at minimum. Now, if it's your parking lot or driveway, you can get away with 3 inches. And if you're on the expressway, I believe it's 12 inches. Move the car over to there. I don't know if he's just relocating it or he's gonna take it. A lot of work, a lot of moving parts. That's tons and tons of asphalt. On top of a lot of asphalt. He even has he has cameras so he can see what he's got about 4 cameras on there. gotta pace himself. It's not easy, but you gotta use your mirrors and drive slow. You gotta find the pace of the truck and then pace. All he gotta do is do a slow roll, and then he'd be fine. At least they got a good system going on. You know, he gives them the beeps to stop, the beeps to go, a bunch of beeps to go when he's full. So they understand the lingo. It kind of makes sense to be on the same page too. Oh, so that truck's gonna take it instead. So he told him to wait. He told him basically don't bother because got a truck that's closer right there. A lot of work, you know. Definitely a lot of work. There's no, I didn't notice any police detail out here, which, you know, technically they should have at least one or two. A construction site this big, you should have three, no, 2 officers and 1 supervisor, technically. I don't see anybody directing traffic, which, and they're short-handed too, so they don't really have the manpower. There's been talk about bringing back flagmen, but the reason why you can't bring back flagmen because of the police unions. But the only way you could bring back flagmen if it becomes a federal law, then the union has no say over federal law. Like railroad crossing guards, railroad crossing construction workers, they actually have flagmen because it's a federal regulated thing, which is not, this right here is not federally regulated, which it very much could be. You know, all it takes is some legislation and signing of the papers and passing of laws and training and specs and all that good stuff. And I don't know if you guys remember back in the hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, what's happening? Oh man, get my train of thought back. Back in the early 60s, 70s, and maybe before then, they did have flagmen in Massachusetts. I remember seeing some myself. So they did have flagmen at one point. Gonna dump that into that truck there. Those things are pretty fun to drive. You just gotta be careful you don't flip it over, but they're pretty fun to drive. They have a lot of power too. Those things have a heck of a lot of power. I remember the days when I worked at the New England Baptist Hospital. They own a skid steer, and we're talking many years ago. And this gentleman is a German gentleman by the name of Ziggisman. We call him Ziggy. And I used to help. He was a maintenance tech on the overnight shift. I would help him load up the spreader with the skid steer. Me and him, I'd change duty for a little while on the overnight, and jump out the security truck, jump in that snowplow truck with him, and we'll do some plowing. That's many years. I can talk about it now because it's all in the past. But back then you couldn't mention that. All right, so that's what we have there, milling down Humboldt Ave. Look for a more improved roadway. Cars are still going to speed, and the biggest problem that they had is cars that come speeding on Humboldt Ave trying to catch this light at Martin Luther King Boulevard. Years ago, I think 4 or 5 years ago, there was a very serious accident where a woman and her child was, I believe, struck somewhere in this intersection right here because somebody speeding, not paying attention. Just got to pay attention, no speeding. Watch out for pedestrians and vehicles. Other than that, you kind of narrow the roadway a little bit more. All right, guys, I'm headed out of here. Catch you guys on the next one.